What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the BladesAndEDC channel. If you're new, consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me. Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at the Microtech L.U.D.T. Underwater Demolition Team. The L stands for large. And this knife has a little history to it. Well, not this model in particular, but Anthony Marfione designed a knife called the U.D.T. Underwater Demolition Team like 20 years ago from what I've read online, which was very popular, and this is a newer, large version of that. Now, I've never seen the original, but if this is the large, I mean, the original must be quite a bit smaller because this isn't that big. I have a medium-sized hand, and yeah, so it must not be a huge knife, the original, but it was apparently very popular with collectors, and this is the newer, larger version of that knife. Now, I don't know if anyone is actually using this for underwater demolitions. They may very well be. Only people I know of that be doing underwater demolitions would be, you know, Navy SEALs. Maybe some guys that do underwater drilling could use something like this. But this knife does come in multiple variations also. Multiple colors, multiple blades. You can get plain edge like this. You can get a partially serrated or a fully serrated blade with this knife. This version is in M390, but Microtech will go back and forth depending on what they have. They always use a premium steel. I've heard they make these in 20 CV also, depending on what they have in stock at the time. This version here is in M390, and they got plenty of billboarding on there for you, which is the one thing I don't like about this knife. It has the serial number, the date, 8/2022 on there. Yeah, this thing fires hard, dude. I'm telling you, this thing fires really hard. I'll give you the specs real quick. Overall length is 8 inches. Blade length is 3.375 inches. Blade thickness is 130 thousandths. So it's a drop point blade with a full flat grind. Well, not a full flat grind, probably 3/4 flat. The scales material are sandwich construction. They are aluminum. Weight is 3.62 ounces. And it is right hand tip up only. Pocket clip is not reversible. And this thing makes a cool sound too. I'm gonna fire it next to the mic, then I'm gonna close it next to the mic, because the close makes this very interesting click that I don't understand why it does that, but I think it may just be the aluminum. So that was the opening. Here's the close. Nice little click right there, man. Very pronounced clicking sound on the close on this knife. Sounds really good. Ergos are good. They're not fantastic. Pocket clip, you know, kind of ramps up a little bit right there. Luckily, it's in the middle of the handle, so it's not as bad, but you can fill that pocket clip. I don't think it's, if you're going to be doing long-term cutting with it, it may become a hot spot, but yeah, not the greatest clip, but I don't think many people are buying this knife to really use it underwater. Not those of us that collect knives anyway. I don't know if the military uses this. I know divers always carry a knife on them, scuba divers. I have friends that scuba dive, and they have little fixed blades that are strapped to their wrist, and so they can grab it if they ever get caught up in any hoses or anything like that. And I'm assuming this knife could be used for something like that, although I would assume most divers would want a fixed blade over a folding knife, but I don't know the answer to that. I am not a scuba diver and never been scuba diving, and have no wish to go scuba diving. I like fresh air. You don't want to be under the water where I have to breathe out of a hose. So, all right, let me give you some size comparisons real quick, because they call this the large, the L.U.D.T. The original was the U.D.T., so I'd be curious to know the size of the original, but this is not that large of a knife. So here's the Kershaw Launch 11, another side-firing auto that will be in the knife cell along with this one. Quite a bit larger than the Launch 11. That's the only other auto I have here at the moment. Let's go ahead and do some folders though. Here's the Benchmade 940. It's a little bit longer than the 940. Maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that. Here is the, let's go ahead and do the Ritter Hogue RSK. Almost identical in length to the RSK. They may be identical actually. RSK is a bit thicker though. How about the TRM Atom? The Atom is a little bit longer. Spyderco Yojimbo 2. probably about 1/4 to 3/8 inch longer than the Yojimbo 2. Here is the Demco 80 20.5. There will be one of these in the cell also, by the way. Not this one. This one's mine, but there will be another one in the cell. The Urban EDC F5.5. Tactile rock wall. And then we got to do a bug out. Where'd my bug out go? Well, here's one. Benchmade bug out. So, a little bit longer than both those knives. Probably about 1/2 inch longer than the bug out, and almost 1 inch longer than the rock wall, I'd say. So, it's a decent sized knife, but it's not overly large. So when they say call it large, you know, for me with a medium sized hand, it's not that big really, and it's not very heavy for its size at only 3.6 ounces. So, you know, medium sized hand, I'm on there easily. But it's not like I got a whole lot sticking out. You have some nice jimping up here on this blade, which is done very well, I think, for gloves. I don't think I get a little bit of traction with bare skin, but I think this is actually designed to use with gloves, would be my guess, but don't hold me to that. Now, if you had gloves on, I think this would be give you a lot of traction. Got a little jimping here for your index finger and a little back here for your pinky to really lock you in. Does have a lanyard on it, which I don't like, but some people may like it. This is a sandwich construction. No backspacer in here. It's not an integral. It's 2 pieces of aluminum sandwiched together with the lock and spring firing system right here in the pivot. Right hand tip up only. Pocket clip does not reverse. And yeah, pretty cool knife. Anybody out there own the original? Comment below, let me know. How long is it compared to this one? This one's overall 8 inches. How big is the original? I'd love to see one of those. Actually, I need to go do a Google research, do some Google searches on it. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, comment below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one.